Chapters 935 and 936. Yass Queen does the sumo dance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Podcast. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Hypocrite.
Hey guys, go to this time code if you want to listen to us talk about the most recent chapter, 936, the Great Sumo Inferno Tournament. Before that, we're going to talk about chapter 935, Queen, but before that, hey guys, sorry I haven't made a podcast in a while.
Oh, you.
What happened?
They won't forgive. They won't accept your apology, Gib.
Well, it's both of our apologies to make, because we both have a different reason for not making a podcast. One, I've been sick, and I haven't been able to do much in general, but you have been editing furiously on your video game video.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. And that's all there is to say about it.
Yep.
Go watch my video, I guess. So here we are. First, starting off with chapter 935, Yass Queen.
Yass
and
Queen.
I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to be saying that a lot because this is the greatest name for a character ever. So let's get into it. So here we go. First of all, bam. Here's the jailer. We got Solitaire, Monkey Smile User. I don't know why she's got so many arms. Monkeys aren't known for having many arms.
She does have a tail, if you see.
There's a tail. But it specifically says she's a Monkey Smile User, and she's got, like, that's not like a feature of monkeys to have many arms, so...
Well, no.
It's a little strange.
I guess it makes it easy to grab.
Monkeys,
she also does have, like, horns on her helmet, so it's a bit confused.
I think that's just, well, I would assume that's just her helmet, but
it is her helmet. It is her helmet.
Would have sex with her?
I mean, yeah.
Just saying. I mean, obviously, including the tail. You can get the coveted rare tail job, which I'm excited about. Oh, and the six-handed hand job.
Yeah, perfect size for my six-sided penis.
Is a hippo down with a hippo dong?
Yeah, that's a Pokemon.
It is. Okay, well, that's all we've got to say. Here she is. She's actually the vice warden, so she's of equal standing to remember Hannibal?
Yeah,
he was vice warden. Now he's full warden after the time skip, and Magellan was demoted to vice warden in a humorous but effective reversal of roles.
Yeah,
how droll.
We get a crab guy also down here in the bottom left who is very funny.
I was out crabbed. What does that even mean?
Yeah,
that doesn't mean anything.
I guess it's
maybe
like I was
Japanese.
outfoxed, but he's a crab and he likes crabs more.
Yeah?
Maybe. But he can only walk sideways. We don't see much of him. I think this is the only panel in which he appears, but I think
so.
Like that.
He's my favorite character.
Quirk.
In One Piece. Yeah.
Yeah, so Raizo has stolen Luffy's key, or at least he thinks it's Luffy's key, and here he is jumping around, being a ninja.
Looking good. He's confirmed to be one of the Red Scabbards, incidentally, so, check that off the list of the 9.
Oh yeah,
he is one.
Who else do we know for sure as a Red Scabbard? Is it just him?
I believe at this point the only person... So again, the Red Scabbards were, I believe they said that, like, the 9 samurai who were fighting with... what was his name? Momonosuke's dad?
Odin.
Yes, Odin, thank you. Like his 9 loyal samurai guys. I believe this is the first one that's been named. I mean, I think it's fair to assume that, what's his face? Not Momonosuke. Fucking, Fire. Kinemon. He's very likely going to be one.
Yeah, Kinemon, Kanjuro, Raizo, that's 3. Then they were looking for 3 samurai, so that's another 3, so that's 6. And then there's plus 1, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
That's
maybe
probably...
what's her face? The big bitch? The big bitch?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Otama, Ogama, Oyama.
Okiku.
I can't remember. Okiku. Thank you.
Yeah,
there's so many of these fucking Japs.
Yeah, there's a bit later where the speech bubbles are extremely Japanese, and I will point it out.
Okay. I'm excited. All right, well, moving on.
Yeah, so last time... Luffy kicked Scorpion Man right in the head at the cost of his life, as it is detailed in these little rule book panels, talk boxes, where they say the rules. if you do anything bad, you'll die immediately. That's the rule.
Basically, that's the summary. So
And
he's
that-
not to happen. But that guy, by the way, was Daifugo, Scorpion Smile user confirmed. Nice.
All right, I
Appreciate
gotta
that.
ask. Does
Oh wait,
this
he's
guy?
wait, sorry. He's also a vice warden. So I guess that lady before who was vice warden isn't necessarily the second in command. I'm just
Well, it's
okay.
it's
I'm
like
understanding
vice
the
admiral,
hierarchy.
I suppose, or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah. Okay.
I just wanna draw attention to this guy's taint right here, very prominently displayed in the middle of this panel.
He's got expansive taint, more than your average man.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Like the surface area is unbelievable. Like what could be
That's-
over there?
I don't know.
How
you
many
could store-
ball does he have? How many PP does he have?
That's an excellent question. Imagine fucking this guy. Imagine fucking Daifugo. What would you discover in that journey? I don't know.
Imagine if like he's got beautiful women all around him, but he can only thrust in one direction at a time. So he does sort of like a circle
Oh, he does
motion.
like a circular. Yeah, it's kind of a thrust as he goes around. Damn, that sounds like the perfect life. Hey, but what's his face? Old man Hyo, not dead.
Hyogoro the flower.
Hyogoro, that's right. So he was saved. How nice, how nice. But everyone's just saying, "Hey, boy, time to execute you. You kicked that dude, and that's not allowed." And then you got the reaction shots. Everyone's like, "Oh, no, now they're gonna kill this guy," and they're like, "You did a good job, Luffy, but now you're gonna die." And then you get a little moment here where they're like, "Wow, they did it even while wearing sea stone handcuffs." Are they trying to make Luffy sound like a badass? This is fine. It's just I don't know if that's the intention.
Yeah, I
of,
mean,
of
ever
what
since
this
the
guy's
whole
saying.
like sea stone handcuffs being like not as powerful as normal ones.
It's a weird power level kind of thing that's
Yeah.
hard to quantify.
I don't know.
It's fine. I don't know. But then we get the best character.
Yeah, we get the best smile user I've ever seen.
Indeed.
Fucking old maid, the giant man with an elephant chest.
Oh my god, just shooting elephant
Sneezing.
bullets out of his sneezy
Specifically
ass
sneezing through his trunk.
nose. It almost fucking killed Luffy. I don't know what it's shooting, but something.
Explosive elephant snot, probably.
Probably. Oh, by the way, Luffy himself does specifically comment on how, like, I'm wearing these cuffs right now and I've been lifting heavy weights, so I'm training. So I wonder if it's actually fair to expect that, like, Luffy might... Okay, Luffy just fought Katakuri, but it's been notable, I think, that, like, some people on 4chan were talking about this, that, like, Luffy has visibly, physically changed from one arc to this one, where he was not this buff just like last arc while fighting Katakuri, or like a little bit earlier when he like showers with the with Brook as they're getting ready to do the raid on the wedding. He's like noticeably skinny, but now he's noticeably buff. It has this little bit of physical labor been enough to make Luffy actually stronger? Do you think there'll be like a payoff to this?
You mean
in
like
some way?
this labor being the reason he's buff, or like
Yeah.
the Katakuri being the reason he's buff?
Oh, in this case, I mean like the literal labor of this lifting stones and carrying.
It feels like that's a bit much of a change for just this labor that we haven't really
Exactly.
been seeing.
Like, considering how strong Luffy already was, you wouldn't think. But then again, I mean, just like how, I guess depending on how the powers work, which we have no insight into, like, Goku trained with weights on his body, and that made him super strong when they came off, so...
Well, he was doing that for months. Like, this has only been a few
True.
days since he's been in prison.
I totally agree with you. It's just, I wonder if Oda's going to try to use this. It kind of feels like he's building up to this a little bit in my view. That he's building up to like Luffy being stronger, even though Luffy really hasn't particularly earned it compared to like the amount of training that various other characters do throughout their lives.
I can understand that in this arc he needs to get stronger in order to do something to Kaido, because he could do nothing before. I just feel
but
like
getting
this...
strong over one arc is like, a little strange. One Piece has never been very good at that kind of a thing.
I don't know. I can't really say yet what this means, but I feel like the buffness is really just... I don't know whether it's like that deliberate as a thing to add. I feel like it's just something that he's just drawing it a little differently, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell because, it's a visual medium and all that, but, we know that things are a little bit amorphous in terms of character design and stuff. Maybe Oda's just, like, wants to emphasize Luffy's musculature now that it, like, suits his purposes. I don't know. Just thought I'd mention it because people are talking about it. I think it's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, here he is. The
Oh, the
yassiest
biggest
of all
man.
Yassmen. It's Queen. He's big, and he
Oh,
looks
I
like
love him.
Obelix from Asterix and Obelix. But, not really.
Let me Google that.
It's the pants, the suspenders that he's wearing.
Oh, yep, he sure does. He sure does. And that's like a Viking show, and One Piece is based on a Viking show.
You know, yeah, it
Maybe
would not
there's,
be,
you know,
it would not surprise me if Oda liked Asterix and Obelix.
He does love Vikings. Pretty cool. I love Queen. Yass Queen and all that. He's looking dope. So basically he should be stronger than Jack, first of all. And Jack was a pretty strong dude to begin with. He doesn't look intimidating, particularly, but I think it's fair to have pretty high expectations. But he does have a 1.32 billion berry bounty, Queen the Plague, which is noticeably a bunch higher than Katakuri. So,
Oh yeah, what is
you know,
Katakuri again? Was it
Katakuri's
almost
was like
a billion?
a hair above 1 billion. It was like 1.00 like 0.3 or like something small like that.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me Google it. Let me fucking Google this shit. Katakuri bounty. It was, I know it was like right around there or something. Okay, it was 1,057,000,000. So, okay, this guy's like about 300 million more or so. So if that's power levels, he's maybe 0.3% stronger. Whatever. You get the point I'm trying to say. He's a strong man and he'll kick your ass.
Yes.
He's just dancing. I mean, already I love his personality. He's dancing. He's funky. He's fresh. He's grooving and moving. He's got a sick tat. He's got a weird armor-covered arm. He loves sluts like Komurasaki, and he's fawning over his picture of his waifu. I love all of this. I love everything about him. He just seems like a really fun dude.
He's a funky lad.
He really is. He really is. And he's the total opposite of Jack, who is an edge boy, piece of shit, gay.
Yeah, he's a moody. He's a real Sasuke. That guy.
Yeah, like you can tell that Jack is like the Sasuke of the crew in terms of like mood. But imagine hanging out with Sasuke.
Everyone else is the Naruto.
Exactly, because like a Kaido is a fun-loving dude. Queen here is obviously a fun-loving dude. We don't know King that well yet, but like they probably hang out. They're all drinking and having fun, and they're like, "Hey, Jack, like why don't you like chill on the Sasuke edgelord shit and just like come party with us, bro?" And Jack's like, "No, I'm a whatever. I'm an apocalypse or whatever our group is called. I have to be cool and intimidating. I can't be like you ragamuffins." And then Queen, as like the big brother figure, gives him a fucking noogie on his elephant ass head and makes him feel bad.
You know who
Which
Jack
is what he should
canonically
do.
is? Jack canonically is the mammoth from Ice Age, who's really moody, and he doesn't
Ray
wanna,
Romano.
Yeah. All of the mammoths are dead, and I don't like it, and I hate friends. That's him. That's Jack.
I've never seen Ice Age, but that does sound
I haven't seen Ice
appropriate.
Age in a long time, but I remember the mammoth being very angry about stuff.
Now, let's just theorize. Do we have... I think Queen is going to be a Zoan, in keeping with the theme. If anyone's not going to be, I'd say it'd be Queen. Can you think of anything? Maybe a skunk. Maybe he'll be a skunk.
Well,
That's
I
why he'll
mean,
be the
you were
plague.
talking about big farts last time, I remember. So that,
I was.
potentially could be the thing.
I'm going with skunk.
I'm thinking because he's round, it would be cool if he was like
a stink
a
bug or something?
pangolin or an armadillo or something that curls up in a ball.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
But
I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to guess based on how he looks, but like I never would have guessed that King was a pterodactyl, so I don't fucking know. But anyway, so now that his introduction's out of the way, he's just like, "Hey, old maid, you elephant asshole, tell me what the heck's going on in here."
Rank your problems.
Rank them. I love that.
Yes, number 3. Eustace Kid has escaped.
Nani? I love and like he it freaks out, then just says in normal voice, and number 2. He's like totally calm again.
Yeah.
And then the guy, number 2, the key for the Seastone handcuffs were stolen. Nani? And then, okay, that's fine. What about number 1? Straw Hat Luffy is currently escaping right now. What? Okay, this.
Oh, it's so good. It's such
this
a comedy gold right here.
Yeah. This is why One Piece is good.
Yeah.
Moments like this. It was fucking dope. Oh, I got the big laugh. Right now, he is currently over there escaping. You should probably notice this.
Yeah, it's just so perfect that Old Maid is like, just casually looking. Oh yeah, Luffy's trying to escape right now. That's my number one problem. Like,
yeah.
Old Maid, it doesn't seem that, and then like
no,
Queen
he like got distracted
out.
from that to report about his problems to Queen, but this is still happening over there.
Nice.
And the dynamic of Kaido's Beast crew as just like a bunch of fuck ups who are just like it happened to be super strong, and there's just a million of them.
I
right
really
now it's
like
paying
it.
off.
I really like
it's
what's being
off.
built here as like the Kaido aesthetic. It's not like every giant pirate crew is the same pirate crew but with different names.
This feels so unique and distinct from like Big Mom's, and even from like what we've seen of like Whitebeards and Shanks as well. Shanks is like Party City kind of bros. This is like rough and tumble, kind of edgy,
rowdy fuckers.
Like they're rowdy fuckers, absolutely. There's a little bit of killer mixed in there. You can see it here and there. Whitebeard has like this gay father-son thing going on, whatever. And Big Mom's is like family, but they're all backstabbing and conniving against each other, and they unite for a common purpose, but they're selfish overall and stuff. And I love it.
Kaido's
this is what I want to see.
Is the doofus crew, and I kind of love them.
It's so different with like, how like when you're reading something like our old friend Bleach, and you meet like the new bad guy crew. They're just the same as before. Like one of them might stand out as like a better character, like people like Grimjaw when like the Iron Cars were introduced, and he was decent. What's his name? Ulquiorra. He was, honestly his personality sucked, but he was kind of intriguing. But like as a unit, they were just like the bunch of bad guys. But this right here feels like real group dynamic, almost like a family, and super aesthetic. I love it. I'm totally into it. Okay.
Then
anyway.
we swoosh on back to Ebisu Town, where the guys were talking about stuff. Law was reading the newspaper or something, and Sanji's gone, and they're talking to the starving man who's slapping his knee, laughing about death.
Yep, about how he's dying currently.
And he says like Zoro ran away trying to chase after someone who stole his sword, so Sanji and Zoro are gone. Yep. I am wondering about this smiling man, whether he's going to become relevant, because now it's sort of like
I bet he will.
He's just sort of a guy around, like many characters who are guys around. Like there's only so much spotlight that can go around.
That's true.
I don't know.
I feel like he will have. He's going to be important in one way or another. I feel like either he'll be like their connection to, I don't know, like the poor people. Personally, I think he's going to be a fucking samurai, this piece of shit. I think he's going to be one of the big samurai boys. But that's a total wild guess, and I have no backing up.
He could be the witching hour boy. We still don't know who that is.
That's not a bad theory. That's not a bad theory at all. I'd want to go look back at the silhouettes, though you can't really trust a silhouette that much with like revealing who a character is. But yeah, okay. Anyway, Zoro got his sword stolen. What a dumbass. Sanji's gone. And boom, here we go. Smash cut to the bathhouse, baby, where the girls were headed to get their bath on, to get their cleanliness on. And wasn't it stated that it was a shared bath? It's like a communal bath, right, for men and women? Am I crazy? Am I wrong about that?
I don't think they mentioned that, but they found out. Uh-oh,
yes.
All the men are looking at him.
That's right. Okay, I forgot. I'm thinking ahead. Lol, it's a unisex bathhouse. And our sexy ladies are just putting all the goods on display. Goddamn.
Yeah, especially Shinobu there with like the floating,
They're just out
they
there.
They just look like actual melons floating in water.
Oh, that's
truly epic.
Truly epic.
Yeah, so they're just relaxing, and the men are like, oh my god. Yes, the boobies.
Sexual, gay.
And, stuff has happened. There's this part on, like, page, what page is it? Page 13 at the bottom. I guess I don't know how, like, bathhouses work, but Nami is, like, holding something above her head.
Bowing out of, like, a,
And then Robin's doing the same. Do they, like, have to crawl out of a hole to get out of there?
I guess they have to crawl out from, like, I guess. I don't know what else would be going on there. I don't think Robin would just be bowing for, like, no reason. It must be, like, a bathhouse thing that we're just not familiar with. I'm just assuming. I got no better theories, so.
Yeah, and this next like couple of pages are really confusing the way they're laid out with the speech bubbles. It took me a while to realize that Nami and Robin and Shinobu are just walking to the next part of the thing to relax, and they're overhearing a conversation about Kyoshiro and the Yakuza and Hyogoro the flower, and and then they're learning about that and like, oh, that's the guy Kanjuro mentioned in that one chapter. And then we get
we remember that.
Yes, and now we're getting dots are being connected among the characters. We're getting a bit more information about Hyogoro. We see what he looks like in the past, a big guy,
big strong man
with a flamey hair.
I think he both withered, like in terms of musculature, and also he literally shrank. Although he could be a diminutive man with this bigger musculature, I guess, in this little flashback image that we're seeing here. But yeah, he was the leader of the underworld. He was the big boy. He had sway over the Yakuza bosses, and but he was also a good man. They liked him, so that's cool.
Yeah, so like Odin liked him. I obviously at this point, Luffy being friends with this guy is going to be the thing that connects to everyone to their side and gives them a bunch of things. Like I think she even says, at this rate, we're never going to get 5,000 people, but if we have a Hyogoro the Flower, wow, that would be really good.
Hopefully, we'll find some way to make that happen. By the way, can I just say, Robin looks very pretty. My wife is looking great, as always. Keep it up. Keep it up. Appreciate that.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty great.
I like these sexy ladies at the bottom, too. Just throwing a lot of side boob around. That's, it's good. A lot of cleavage. Good job. Good job, everybody. And then this nice octopus man proceeds to bathe our ladies. A rare use of non-invasive tentacle molestation. This is desired.
Yeah.
That does
He's
look like...
He's got a funny face.
If you remember...
So it's okay.
He does have a funny face. They're like I think they say the first, like... I guess it wasn't the first ever, but like there's a famous historical... like basically hentai, I guess, like from the Edo period or whatever, that is a woman getting like raped by an octopus, who looks just like this octopus here. I'm just saying. Same guy.
Callback. Shout
Same
out.
guy. I like to think that this is Oda's version of that character. He's redeemed himself, and he's just working the bathhouse.
I mean, everyone's got to work.
Indeed. He's like, basically, he was in jail, for rape or whatever, but he's working with his what do they call it, his PO officer, his parole officer, and, he was able to get a job at a bathhouse, he's using his skills for good now, not for ill, and he's really turning his life around and providing for his family.
Yeah.
Good man.
Okay, I wanted to say that the extreme Japanese panel is the speech bubbles are here. I will read out loud. Okay. The series of words that really made me annoyed the first time I read them. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. So, page 15. He refused to bow to the Kurozumi family and was executed by Orochi. On the other hand, the leader of the Oniwabanshu, Fukurokuju, who has also supported the Kozuki family alongside boss Hyogoro, chose to serve under Orochi. At the same time, I, a subordinate of Fukurokuju, could not forgive him for his treason and escaped to a life as a fugitive from Orochi's army.
2 nukes weren't enough. We need to go back. We need to deliver a few more.
There's too many Ugujugus
and this.
There's just too many. And this is, like, not even that important,
no, it's
like,
not.
Information to read, and it took up all this page. I'm trying to parse it, and I realize it's nothing. It's just, like, a little backstory as to Shinobu and why that other ninja didn't like her.
That's, very true. So that's... No one cares
what
about any of that
fuck,
information
Japan?
that was
what
just
the
said.
Fuck?
I am distracted by the 2 men who are just ogling straight up at Robin's vagina, which is something I wish I was also doing with them. Like, your titties are, like, clearly visible. If I was just on the other side, I could totally see everything. This is very distracting. And Nami, too. You could see her whole butt crack from the back. You can see tons of side boob here. This is a lot for one God-fearing straight man to handle.
It's one thing that, like, I'm trying to read this really hard to understand Japanese Fukuruku Jukubuku.
Yeah.
But then I'm being distracted again by the hot ladies on display.
Damn thoughts, dude. These damn thoughts.
It's almost as if he put these words here knowing that people would not read them.
Maybe. Okay, well, anyway, so, God, who cares about any of that? They comment on the octopuses, blah, blah, blah. Hyogoro, ooh, I bet Boss Hyogoro is going to have a thing with our ninja girl. But you know what? I don't care to double-check any of that information, so let's just move on.
Yes, this is the execution of Luffy and
Indeed.
Hyogoro. Queen's there saying, all right, bitch, what are you going to do? Nothing. You're going to die.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. And then he comes up with an idea. He has an idea for a fun execution. Meanwhile, Raizo the ninja has been... he hears something from behind him. It's the cage from way earlier when the guy ate the fish and spat it out and killed someone. It's Kawamatsu, one of the samurai they're looking for.
Oh my god!
He's in
no
the prison.
way, bro. That's exactly what I predicted, and there it is. Yep. We found one. By the way, I just want to comment and say that I'm looking at Queen's arm sitting on the throne on the previous page for the end, and I'm just noting that it does look a lot like Kid's arm. And it might just be armor or something. It might be a pure coincidence. But I wonder if Kid was involved, or like he took this arm, or if like, I don't know, it's just armor. I'm just saying, it looks a little bit similar. That's all I'm saying.
You know, it does look a little bit similar. I can't imagine what it would mean if Kid like made that.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that he stole. I mean, because you would think that Kid's arm, like the reason he doesn't have it now is because he's wearing sea stone cuffs, and he can't use his paramecia-based magnetism fruit, which presumably is how he operates his mechanical arm, because we know he lost his arm at some point. No, I guess none of that's confirmed, but that's my guess. So it might be literally nothing. It might just be armor, and I'm just reading too much into it. But just point it out in case something comes of it in the future. But anyway, that's the end of that chapter, and I have no further comments.
Chapter 935, and now we'll do the next one.
Hooray!
It's already out. And
Chapter 936.
936.
Okay.
The Great
Sumo Inferno. God damn it!
Tournament.
There we go. You know what it is. It's the one. It's that one.
I would like to point out on the little cover page. It's Wanze. We've not seen him in a million years.
His name was Wanzel with an L, with an E-L at the end. Is that not
Wanze.
true?
I don't know.
It says Wanze. Okay. Yeah, there he is.
I remember Wanze from the anime, at least.
He was a man who fought with ramen noodles, and Sanji fought him and defeated him. The only time he has ever fought using his hands, because it was a cooking-based fight. And man, haven't seen this guy in a fucking while, but pretty cool to see him. Pretty cool. I'm liking it. Oh, by the way, you know what? We were bad boys. We totally skipped over the chapter 935 intro page of Smoker getting doused by mice firemen. And I must say, pretty kawaii, pretty good. And I'm sorry, Smoker, that we missed you before. But there you go. You have been commented on. Okay, so here we go. Chapter page number 1. Wano Country Udon. And there's Kawamatsu meeting up with Raizo. Hey, it's you, baby boy. You were eating fish and you survived. Good job. And he wants to break him out, but he's chained up and he's got to free him. And, whatever. They exchange banter about, hey, we're doing an uprising. The betas will seize control over the Chads at long last. So we're going to need you to help us. And he has to go get the keys from the other place to free this guy. So now he's got a new quest.
He doesn't say where the keys are. He just says you will need to find the keys.
Raizo's good at that sort of thing, so he'll figure it out. Raizo's a very reliable character, frankly. He's really...
he is pretty reliable as he gets spotted and has to run away.
Yep. But he does it, no problem, and he's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
I just, Raizo's surprising me with how competent he is. He's got Luffy's keys, he just has to get to Luffy, and he'd be able to save him. Good job.
Yeah, it's always a thing with the characters that look the stupidest being pretty good, pretty cool. This guy, when I first saw him, I was like, what? That's a big face.
Indeed. But after all the climax of the fucking, the Zoe arc with revealing that Raizo was there all along, god damn, that was satisfying. I'm still in awe of how fucking... I did not think for a second. I was just like, he's not there. The Beast Pirates are so fucked up. Stop killing the minks. This is so fucked up. And then he was there all along. I still am rocked to my core by the revelation of how fucking badass all the minks were. Wow, that was great. That was so great. But okay, that's all in the past. We're done with that. Minks are dead to me. Carrot in the crew, never. Anyway, so here we are. So we're back with Queen. We're going to do the execution by doing a sumo tournament, baby!
Yeah.
Get sumo for their lives.
So he does definitely look like a big sumo lad.
He looks like he'd be quite good, so I hope we get some fun things with him. So we get these fancy little collars that we put on our boy Hyogoro and Luffy, and they've got blades in them that if you get pushed out of the ring, they activate instantly and cut your dang head off. So won't that be fun?
The way that blade looks, I don't know whether they go all the way to the middle, and if that's the case, Luffy could stretch his neck to be like really thin, but
I suppose
it probably won't actually come to that. It'll probably just Luffy won't. It won't trigger because Luffy will win.
I must just say, on a visceral level, just the idea of potentially being wearing like something like this is truly, it kind of freaks me out. It gives me like a claustrophobic, scared, terrified feeling deep in my gut. And it makes me, just imagine having that on you, knowing at any moment this could happen and you just die. Frankly, it gives me anxiety a little bit. Just the fact that it's there and on Luffy.
Yeah, being like chained up in a prison cell, you know what that feels like. You're in a room and you can't leave. Being shackled, that's less likely to that you've been shackled before.
I know what that feels like.
But you know what it feels like. You can move your hands not enough, and it's just sort of uncomfortable. Something around your neck that will kill you.
Ooh,
it's scary. It's different.
It is scary. Just like how every day around my neck I bear this cursed heterosexuality. If only I could rid myself of it.
It's one of those things where it's like, even with huge power levels, you would feel like a character is vulnerable if something is about to is like that close to their neck and could explode, unless you're Pedro, of course.
True. And because before, like there were slave collars that we saw in Shawanee Archipelago and whatnot. That the thing is, those explode, but we actually saw them explode, and it doesn't actually blow your head off. You just get anime explosion, and then you're just said to be dead. So, I mean,
these talons feel more real because you can't show a head being blown off in a shonen manga, but you can show someone getting cut and blood coming out,
and it feels more real than anime explosions versus just blades to the neck. That's how I feel anyway. So good job, Oda. Makes me feel anxious and scared. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So Queen has set up a tournament for a little fun.
Yep.
He knows he will win, so will be an execution, and they will just try to live, and they won't live. Haha.
Got him.
But, very stupidly, I think this is going to definitely be his downfall, is he unlocked Luffy's Seed Stone handcuffs.
That was an oof moment right there.
That was a bit of an oof moment.
And of course, a little bit unfortunate that Raizo was over here like, God damn it. He's like, I had the goddamn key to Luffy's goddamn cuffs. He's like, wait a minute. If this wasn't the key to Luffy's handcuffs, I wonder what else it might be a key for. So we'll see what that pays off.
I didn't know what to think about that. I mean, obviously, narratively, that's being set up as like a key to something else, probably Kawamatsu, but then...
Yeah.
Or maybe something else.
Kawabunga, as his friends know him.
But, surely a key... there could be more than one key for a set of fucking handcuffs.
This is one of those, anime logic things right now, because, surely there have to be many keys in a jail, especially if, it's old-timey world, like it is in One Piece, and, you don't have, electronic cards or whatever that do anything. It's one key probably per jail cell or whatever. Since they're talking about, them being, unique to each set of cuffs or whatever. So... it seems to me like they're probably setting up this being Kawamatsu's key to open him up and free him and stuff, but, that seems very unlikely.
That seems very unlikely and also too easy. I feel like it's going to unlock a different prisoner who will be relevant.
Maybe. That definitely could be true. That could be true. But also it makes me feel, everything I said before...
maybe?
It could be Hyogoro's. That'd be fine. That'd be good. But then also, if these are Sea Stone handcuffs keys, then Hyogoro doesn't have those on either. But we do know that I think Kawamatsu does. I think they said. Let me just go back and check.
this is fucking Kid's key. This is Kid's key because Kid left with his sea stone handcuffs still on.
That would not be too surprising.
So this is now a bargaining chip for Luffy.
Although, FYI, I did go and check, and Kawamatsu has both the key to his cell that they need and his handcuffs key, so it could theoretically be his as well. But, I mean, Kid would also make a lot of sense, too. But I just want to say that, wow, what a fuck-up for Raizo. Like, what if I know Oda can write the series however he chooses to, but just think about it. If they'd gotten into a situation where Luffy needed those cuffs off, or he would, like, die, and Raizo's like, I've got the key, and tries to use it, and oops, it's the wrong key. That could have killed Luffy, and, could have been a very, very bad thing. So be careful, Raizo. Get it together, buddy. That's all. That's all I have for him. A mild berating of his mistake there. But Luffy's feeling good. He's got
Luffy's
his power back.
feeling all chuffed about this. Like, hey, you're actually a good guy. Thanks, bro. You took off the things.
Yep. And of course...
And then Queen's like, did you forget the collar, you idiot? You're gonna die.
Hyogoro, saying, oh, let me not fight, please. How about Straw Hat fights alone? I'll just be a burden on him. And Luffy's like, I don't give a fuck. I will kick your ass, balloon guy, and send you flying, and then you let me go. Which he does not agree to, but, seems to be probably what we're building to. Him fighting Queen and hopefully winning.
Yeah, if he's stronger than Katakuri, I don't think he's going to win. And I don't know whether Queen is the kind of person who will, respect Luffy's honor or anything like that. I think it's going to be a situation where he has a bit of a tussle, but then Big Mom arrives, and then shit goes crazy, because Big Mom's there. Maybe.
That definitely could happen. By the way, I just want to say that Katakuri was 100% the strongest Big Mom pirate. This is 100% confirmed. And he only had a bounty of, over 1 billion. But, Jack has several people, Kaido has several people in his crew who are over 1 billion. Now, this, of course, the power bounties are not power levels. It's entirely possible that it's just that, Kaido's crew is the more destructive one, just the same way that Kid had a higher bounty than Luffy and was the #1 wanted supernova, because Kid caused a lot of collateral damage, and we don't actually know which one was necessarily more powerful. So, I'm wondering if it's going to be something like that. Because it's not enough to just say, Queen is a higher bounty, therefore he's stronger than Katakuri, therefore Luffy won't be able to beat him, any of that silly stuff. Just throwing that out there again for people's consideration. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, it begins.
The sumo match begins. Queen says, we can have weapons, we can have multiple people on the stage at once. Got no chance. Everyone in the crowd's like, oh... rest in peace, R.I.P., press F. Luffy's dead.
Look at this lady with a big old face. What's going on over there?
She's got a big mouth on her.
And big
She's got
titties.
some chompers.
I'm impressed. That's all I've got.
And then Luffy does the pump face from Bale Jape.
He does. Very intimidating stance. Do you think Pump has Haoshoku Haki?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Damn, canon.
Oh, by
confirmed.
the way, plug, because I don't think I've mentioned this on the podcast I do about a comic.
Probably not.
But I have a webcomic, if you want to read it. It's pretty fucking good.
Go read it and see the character Pump, main character, do Haoshoku Haki stare and spook everybody to death. Just like you see here. And so everybody...
APSadventures.site.
Indeed.
Link in the description, probably.
Hopefully. So a bunch of people pass out, and of course we get that moment like we do every arc where everyone's like, Nani? How did that happen? And then Queen says, oh, the experienced guys, oh, Color of the Conqueror, how unexpected. Ha ha ha, we shall fight. And then Samurai Man in his little cave. Oh, wait a minute. If you look at him, that silhouette, it looks like Cone Hat. Cone Hat Man. I think this is him.
It's probably him.
Looks like it's probably him.
He's got a slant. He's got a, he's got a hat on.
He's got a hat on. That's all I need at the end of the day. And his laugh is ka-pa-pa-pa. Oh my God! I just figured out what he is. He's a kappa. He is a kappa. That's why he's going kappa sounds with his laugh. Ka-pa-pa. He's going to be a kappa man. I'm telling you right now.
He's going to bust a kappa in your ass.
Okay, this is my prediction, and honestly, I feel like that's a really good one.
What is a kappa, Mr. Japan?
A kappa is a Japanese folklore creature that is a water-dwelling I don't know. It's kind of like a fish man with like I think it has a duck bill. At least it has that in like a lot of depictions of them. And they've got like weird heads. I don't know. I'm Googling right now just to get a.
Oh, so this is not gonna be the hat guy. He's just gonna have a weird triangle head, and he's gonna be Donald Duck. All right, gotcha.
Possible. They're like turtle people or something, but yeah, we'll see. They're like river spirits or something. Yeah, okay. Well, let's find out when we meet him one of these days soon. So boom, smash cut, back at the bathhouse, baby, speaking of water, and they've been invaded by the Beast Pirates with both Hawkins and Yass Drake, and they're coming in to inspect your titties, ladies.
Yass Drake is standing outside.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Yes, he's standing outside, just standing guard.
Standing guard.
Nothing in particular going on here. Mm-hmm.
And then Nami, Robin, and Shinobu, they don't seem to have a plan of escape. I don't know why, like...
They came here just because they fucking felt like it and had no plan. They were not worried about it for some retarded reason.
It just felt like... I don't get why they would come, like...
This whole situation is completely forced and unnecessary.
It is pretty forced. Like, I understand that you want to see, like, the bathhouse bimbo
sexy
time.
Ladies, yeah.
But, like, you could have made it a reason, like, oh, we need to meet someone in the capital. Like, isn't the capital, like, on high alert? Isn't that, like, a really bad place to be right now?
Oda straight up didn't give a shit. The characters themselves were like, fuck it, we'll be fine. Just, we want a bath. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not that worried about it, but it is silly that they did this, considering they're trying to do an uprising, and it's important they stay secret. But, you know, whatever.
I mean, well, in this, it's like, Hawkins says, anybody show me your feet, because I like feet, haha, that's his thing.
There it is.
But, like, I need to see the waning crescent moon on your ankle.
Girl, let me see them ankles.
And then Nami's like, oh my god, how does he know about that? Implying that they feel like they're okay because they don't have the waning crescent moon and thus will never be found.
But I mean, they don't have them on them. I mean, maybe Shinobu does, but Nami and Robin don't.
Well, that's the thing. That's why like potentially why they thought they'd be okay.
Yeah.
It just seems a bit weird because they have wanted posters, Nami and Robin as well, and Hawkins probably knows them.
Yeah, they are famous. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, okay, so again, this was just a completely terrible plan from top to bottom. There was no reason to do any of this, but you know what? That's okay. Sometimes you just go with it. That's what the Straw Hats do. By the way, I think this is the first time in a million fucking years since Skypiea where we see Robin doing her, I don't know, what, I forget, eye. What, do you know what eye is in French? How to say eye? L'eye fleur or whatever, where she makes an eye appear on Shinobu's hair so she can look out as Robin. So this is actually fascinating. So there was a time in Skypiea, as everyone probably remembers, where Usopp fell off Skypiea and almost died, and it was very spooky and scary. So Luffy did a stretchy thing down through the cloud, and on Luffy's arm, Robin made a bunch of eyes appear, or at least one. And then she spotted Usopp, she made more arms to snag him, and they saved him. Since then, Oda commented in an SBS a long time ago, I believe, that people were unnerved by this and found it creepy, so he just didn't put it in the story again, because, like, yeah, but I guess he's gotten over that, because here it is, a fucking eyeball floating in somebody's hair out of nowhere. By the way, how do you make an eyeball form on hair? Like, it's not a solid surface, you know? What's up with that?
I don't know. That's fine.
Yeah,
but,
it's fine. Whatever.
I feel like he probably hasn't gotten over it because it's on hair. Like he wouldn't make it appear on an arm anymore, I suppose.
I guess. Oh, dude, it was just like that time in Naruto Shippuden where Uchiha Sasuke was fighting that guy Danzo. Danzo had all those Sharingans on his arm. Robin could totally cosplay as Danzo with, like, Usopp or something. It'd be sick as shit, dude.
Yeah. Get on it, Oda.
Please make that
Cosplay chapter.
Tweet at me, at bestestguyever, with your art of this. Of Usopp cosplaying as Danzo with the help of Robin from Sasuke. I mean, Naruto. Shippuden.
From Sasuke.
The
famous mango.
Okay, anyway, so like an idiot, Nami's being very conspicuous, hiding behind Shinobu. Shinobu is a piece of shit, dumbass, who fails completely to be stealthy despite being a ninja. And so here comes Hawkins with his big old tentacle sword and snaking around. Robin says, "Hey, Nami, I'll back you up if anything happens. Don't worry." And Nami says, "Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm just stepping out." And as you predicted, Hawkins does seem to recognize her. So you were spot on. That does look like he would detect a member of the Straw Hat Pirates. But then, in a twist of fate that no one could have predicted, this extremely flimsily held-on towel falls, and we see the big hips, the big boobs, the pussy. It's all on full display for God and men to see.
For God damn sake, it's there.
Oh, Christ.
This behind Nami's silhouette,
Yeah.
something about it sort of highlights how strangely and so weirdly proportioned the female characters are. This doesn't look sexy from the back.
No, it really doesn't. Not really. She looked better with the towel on, honestly. She looked sexier that way.
Yeah, it's like the boobs mostly. Like you see
they're just comically huge. They're just funny big.
But they're not they don't look like real at all, as in like they don't go down. They just are circles like planted onto the front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. It's because, you know what? Her shoulders look a little bit low, proportional to, like, where her tits seem to be in the front of her. It looks like they're, like, straight up at collarbone level, not, like, down a little bit lower. And, I mean, her torso is just quite short in this thing. And I know we're doing, like, a below-angle perspective thing, so maybe that's just kind of fucking with our, understanding of what's going on.
Because it's a below-angle thing, it should be more. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think our human brains are really good at detecting like weirdness with the human body, and I think I'm feeling what you're putting down here a little bit. Also, do you notice the women in the background also nosebleeding? Like, there's at least one chick, just like, pulling a Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock could turn women gay and then turn them to stone. Same situation here, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, equality. Everybody's got to have a nosebleed.
Indeed. And speaking of nosebleeds, so Nami does her big kya! Oh, such destructive power. Everyone's dying of nosebleeds and whatnot. But then the big happiness punch happens. Who says happiness punch? Because I just want to say... Yeah, okay, go on.
I think it's Sanji who says it.
I just want to point out, the last time we saw happiness punch, like, Nami said those words, like, as a jokey attack in Alabasta when she showed off her titties and everything to, like, the guys who were peeking over the wall with her and Vivi. But now, Sanji says it, like, about the attack he's currently receiving, which is fine. I mean, whatever, it's funny.
Was Sanji there to watch the first happiness punch?
Yes, they were all looking over, I believe.
Okay,
I believe
so
he was one of them.
I think it's more like... It's like, this reminds me of that one time. Happiness punch!
So. And oh my god, that's a lot of blood. Time for death by blood loss version number 2. Because Sanji...
that's more blood than is his whole body weight.
Oh, that's good.
It looks like. That's a big blood.
Sanji was there. As soon as Sanji got his invisibility powers, very in character, he went right over to the bathhouse and started looking at naked babes. Now, to me, it seems like a mistake, Sanji. Now, maybe he wanted to look at Robin and Nami specifically, so fair enough. But he could have just entered here. It's a mixed bath. So first of all, you can just go in. So that's a little strange. Like, I would go to a women's bath where they don't they don't need to cover themselves because they're among women. So, they can let their guard down. So slight tactical error there, I'd say. But he's probably here for Robin and Nami. I would assume.
What benefit does this being a unisex bathroom have to the story at all?
The fact that we got that one shot of men ogling Nami. That's it.
That's so
all.
That Shinobu could have another joke where, yes, I'm the beautiful one, and then all the men are like, shut up, old woman, and then she hits them.
Correct.
Like that joke happens
That's correct.
Again?
Because, of course, like, with the fact that, like, the Beast Pirates are invading, you can do that with a women's bath. Like, they're in charge. Like, you don't need to do it with a men's bath or anything for that. So... kind of weird. I don't know. It's just for the joke, but it's fine. It's one of those things. Doesn't bother me that much. I don't know. It does undercut some other things a little bit, but that's okay. I forgive you. So they're just like, Sanji, what the heck are you? They're not even like mad. They're just like, are you being serious, Sanji? Maybe they're saying like, dude, this is a mixed bath. You can just walk in. You didn't need to, wear a costume. Many men are ogling us constantly. It's fine. Just be one of them. I don't know.
I guess Sanji is just like, it doesn't feel right to do it so openly. But then again, he does do it openly all the time, so I don't know.
This is silly. But then, here our boy D.H. Drake is going, did they say Osoba Mask? Because that's, they're looking for that guy. They know he beat up some of the headliners. And so he pulls out his sword and weird axe thing, runs inside, and then immediately sees a big boob and does a collapse. Because, women make me weak and woozy. So you know what? This is like the first bit of like personality we've like ever seen from D.H. Drake. So cool. He's weak to women. We now have one characteristic.
He's just like Yamcha from Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
if you've seen that.
Yes.
Where Yamcha initially could not stand to be near women, and Bulma was the reason Yamcha could not kill Goku in the beginning.
Why?
Because Goku was really
he just
hungry.
got weak.
Goku was really hungry and he was weak, and he was going to lose to Yamcha way back. But then Bulma woke up, and then Bulma was hot, and Yamcha ran away because he's a little bitch.
Right, in their very first interaction. I remember that. Though I suppose, so would Yamcha have won that if Goku wasn't, like, starving to death? I'm just curious.
He had a sword, and he was about to cut his head off, I think.
Oh, shit. And Yamcha was pretty strong back in those days, right? Relatively?
Yeah. In that one instance where Goku had no strength, Yamcha could have killed him.
Okay. Fair enough. So
but anyway, it's really endearing, and I really like that character archetype thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice. I need more. Like, I'm not satisfied that we've fully plumbed the depths of his character. So, I mean, we already know that, like, his dad was a pirate, he was in the Marines, and now he's a pirate again. So, there's stuff going on with him for sure.
Like, he was in the Marines as in, like, rebelled against his father to become a good boy. Like, I'm a good boy.
Or at least, probably, right? Do we know that for sure?
No,
Maybe
I'm just,
he was
like,
doing it...
speculating, like, the idea of him having problems, like, seeing naked women.
Right.
And being, like, overcome with emotion and lust and, like, oh, no, I can't... It's, like, it's very prim and proper sort of good boy sort of tendencies. That could be why he joined the Marines in the first place. But then he saw the Marines were corrupt, and that's his good boy tendencies jumping in again. Say, no, piracy is the good way.
I'm sure we'll get some discussion of his character this arc, so yes, I'm looking forward to more of that. He's an interesting guy. Guy. So then Nami gets some clothes on. The ladies are making a run for it, and what's our boy Hawkins saying? Oh yeah, that's Gamma 66's stealth black. OMG, you guys! And so, again, I'm still confused about this business.
Well, like, I think it's pretty clear at this point that Germa 66 Stealth Black is a story. For the reason for that story being printed, and the reason why the Vince Smokes have the same guy now, as in like the same raid suit design, we don't know. But we just do know that was a story. So I guess that's all we're supposed to know at the moment. Yeah, it may never be explored, but I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. And although here's a question though, like they see it's Stealth Black, right? The world knows that the Germa 66 is the Vinsmoke family, right? Are they aware of that?
I'm not sure that everyone does. Unless part of the comics, the story was that they're called the Vinsmokes.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I was going to say, and this also ties into Sanji lore, like, would they be able to tell that this is Sanji? Does his wanted poster say Sanji Vinsmoke now? Did it say that once it got updated?
Sanji.
Well, yeah, because they do last name first in Japan. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Well, maybe it says Blackleg Sanji, I can't remember.
Although, did his bounty... Yeah, his bounty got increased to, 330,000 after Whole Cake Island, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm gonna go check it. Now's not the time. Okay, whatever, don't worry about it. Okay, so anyway, so the ladies escape. Although, okay, how the fuck did they get away? We just cut to...
That was
what
just
the hell?
Yeah, DX Drake and Hawkins are sitting right in front of Sanji, and then one panel later, they got out of there. They just did it. I mean, Sanji is first, But like, surely them two are fast as well.
Yeah, you'd think so. By the way, I just checked, and Sanji's wanted poster does say Vinsmoke Sanji. So it does in fact say his name now.
I kind of miss Blackleg Sanji as his moniker.
It's still Blackleg. It's still Blackleg. It's just, I mean, Sanji himself definitely doesn't identify with being a Vinsmoke, so he's never going to choose to identify with that. Although, I mean, right now, obviously, he's leaning into his Vinsmokeness a bit with the whole, black boy thing.
It's just sort of like the wanted poster is what gives people like information. So like when people say you're you're what was Usopp called? Soge King.
Yeah,
it's Soge King, one of the Straw Hat Pirates. Like, that was just a thing he did once.
And he's still called that, I think. Oh, no, he's called God Usopp now. That's
he's
right.
called God Usopp, yeah. Like,
Based.
But, I don't want people to be calling, like, Sanji from the Straw Hat Pirates, Vinsmoke Sanji. Like, that's not as cool as Blackleg.
Calling Sanji, like, anyone who I meet who's just like, oh, yeah, my favorite character is Vinsmoke Sanji. I'm going to be like, you fucking Zoomer piece of shit. Go back to kindergarten and relearn the character.
Does anybody say that, like, legitimately?
No, because I sent them all back to kindergarten where they were re-educated. Thank God. I'm sure there's going to be somebody who started reading One Piece recently who's, they know the Vinsmoke thing more than the Blackleg thing. I'm just saying, it's got to be true.
That's weird, but I guess it can. Like, I can't empathize with people who get into One Piece at this stage, and then
is pretty weird.
They rush through everything that I was there for years with, and then this new stuff is the only stuff that they're experiencing slowly.
It's such a different experience reading it week to week for 20 years, or however many years we have, versus like just binge reading it all. Like I all the time just read a ton of manga. Like, in one go. Like, just the other day, I read, like, 80 chapters of The Promised Neverland. And I loved it. And I'm really enjoying the series. But that's a way different experience than, like, the week-to-week shit that people are still going through. Although I'm going to get caught up, and then I'll be one of them. Then I'll be a real boy. But that series has only been, like, going for, like, 4 years or so now. So that's like a baby compared to, some of this other shit. But, whatever. Yeah. Neither here nor there. We all know it's a different sort of thing. Though I'll never agree with some of those people who say that, like, it's just better to read it when it's all out. It's different. It's different.
It's different. It's definitely different. I understand that it can be frustrating when you get to the end of a chapter and like, oh, I guess that chapter wasn't that good. I waited a week for something that wasn't that good. But then certain chapters that something is like really good, that's the payoff, baby. You get to feel that for a week.
Like, us going through the Katakuri fight, sure, it was a little bit agonizing, but then when you get to that end, and we saw those chapters where Luffy finally takes him down, and then even though we're shocked and amazed by it, then we get a couple more chapters where we get into, like, the explanation of his character, and we finally completely understand his arc. You just... There's something unique about getting a week to stew and, like, really think. It helps you appreciate it more. Rather than, if you're given, like, a 4-course meal where, like, it's little courses and it's, like, I don't know, 20 minutes in between, sure, you might get impatient when you finish your thing and you're waiting for more, but you're really going to savor what you got while you're waiting. And as opposed to just being it all given on one plate and just shovel it down and it's like, meh, done, next thing.
There's also, like, the questions you ask. Like the questions we ask on this show, and like even before we did the show, we would just like have conversations about like, I wonder how this is gonna go. Maybe it'll be like this, or like stuff like that. You don't have time necessarily unless it's like a really far in the future answered question.
This is a cool thing.
To really think about things before you get the answers.
And that's...
I don't know.
That's one cool thing, I think, about the podcast, because the podcast, except for the couple of times we, miss a chapter here and there, it exists as a time capsule of what it was like to read One Piece week to week. So while I don't expect people to, like, who, like, jump into it now to, like, listen to every episode of the podcast, I don't know. I think maybe one day it'll be an interesting thing to have for people who... Because I do know that some people actually have gotten into One Piece through this show, and then they get caught up, and what they do is they read a chapter, and then they go listen to an episode. Then they read the next chapter, then they listen to an episode. Not a lot of people, but I know some people do that.
Yeah, I have seen a few people say that. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I don't think that I personally would have the patience to do that because I just want to binge. I'm not part of the problem, but I can't fight that instinct. I can't fight that urge to consume. But those who can, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. I'm glad people are able to enjoy it that way. But anyway,
so Sanji jumps. He jumps and he uses his jumping.
Hey, did you notice that? Just saying that like Nami and Robin just don't seem pissed at Sanji at all. Even though he was like, it's a little bit unusual for Sanji to not get the big punch when he was being the perv. Maybe it's because it was a mixed bath, like those things we were saying before. Like they just are like, it wasn't that big a deal, dude.
I think it's mostly just because it's a more intense situation. They have to get out of there. Yeah. That's more important than once they land, then Nami can punch him in the head.
Oh, you know what? That might happen. Okay, we'll see. But fucking Beppo and those boys were captured. Those highly competent crew members of Trafalgar Law. Oh yes, no!
It's almost comical how it's like
nothing.
You're like, Beppo and the others were captured. What?
Wait, who?
Oh, no.
You like how they say Beppo's name, but, like,
them.
not the others, because we don't care about those others or know them, like, at all.
Yeah. Are there even more than 3 in the crew? Is it just 3 law crewmen, or are there more? I don't even know.
I mean, based on what Sanji's saying here, I'm assuming that just these 3 crew members were captured, but the other Heart Pirates are out on Wano. At least I think so, right? Was that confirmed?
I mean, I would assume they're somewhere.
Yeah, I'd assume so. But like, this is a little bit like the fact that these were all captured is kind of a big deal. But we like don't go into it at all. It's just kind of glazed over, probably because we've got a million plot threads to deal with in Wano, so he doesn't want to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, I'm wondering what, like, maybe Beppo talked, or one of them talked, and that's why they know about the ankle tattoo now.
Oh, that could be. Something happened and they found out about the tattoos, so I don't know, maybe we'll find out more.
The thing would be like whatever Beppo knows or whatever the Heart Pirates know is potentially going to get leaked, and they're going to have to like try not to say anything, and then it's going to be a rescue mission for them. That'll be I think if there is like a little chapter where there's a rescue mission for them, that would be a great time for Law to show that he gives a shit about his crew.
Yes, that would be great. Please do that. And
I would love to see Law at least go, oh shit, we gotta save him.
And
like
I want to see
nice.
like Law's crew just like do something as opposed to literally nothing. That would be good, so that I like compare Law's crew to any of the other crews. Even fucking Kid's crew, I have more fond memories of, because those guys had like distinct designs. And, I don't know, they had some, like, weird fighting powers we've seen once or twice.
Alright. I've forgotten. Kid has Killer.
Correct.
Does he have anyone else? I don't even know.
So, okay, there's a bunch of people who stood out. There's this one guy who has, like, a weird stitched face, who we've seen, like, breathing poison gas at least once before. There's a guy who, like, looks like a big devil man who just, like, uses a big spear. Those are the only ones that stick out in my mind right now. But I do remember them. Plus, there's Killer, and Killer obviously stands out as, he's another supernova. He's the Zorro of the crew, so that's pretty cool.
Kid Pirates. Eustace Kid, Killer, Heat. That's the guy with the stitched face.
Right.
Yeah, he's distinctive.
Yep.
He looks like a rocker or something or other.
Like literally the only characters that are distinctive in Law's crew are Beppo. He's distinctive. The giant, like, I guess, is kind of distinct. He hasn't done anything. And then there's those 2 guys who have no defined personality, basically. And then the rest of there's one girl, and then there's the rest of the crew. So, do better. Step it up. Luffy. One Piece. Oda. Just a little more. You don't have to do it right now, but now's a good chance, as Gib here was saying. Flesh him out a little bit. I'd like that. But anyway.
So, Flower Capital going to chaos, but Sanji was too busy looking at boobies to do anything about it.
Indeed.
And then we switch over to Wano Country Ringo in the snowy area, where big sword guy,
big Gilgamesh-looking motherfucker, got all these weapons and shit.
Big Garugamesh-looking motherfucker.
Indeed.
And Zoro was chasing him because he stole his sword, the blade that belongs to the legendary samurai of Wano, Ryuma,
Yep.
you asshole, brought it back to its rightful place.
So this guy isn't even like a bad guy, but he did steal from Zoro, so that's no bueno, sir.
Yeah, so Zoro's like, huh, whatever, kid, smirk.
Fucking Zoro,
I'm
how
gonna
did he let
steal...
his goddamn sword get stolen, that fucking dunce? What are you doing?
Yeah, that happened in Dressrosa as well, but it was
did.
with a tiny little person.
Oh, this guy's huge! Look at the size of this lad. The absolute size of this lad.
Yeah.
Very
So, apparently... They're looking for weapons in the war effort for the uprising. So it's like, you got weapons? I'll take your weapons. You know, I'm a bandit. Good. I'm a little ruffian freak. I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna steal all your stuff.
This is good. I like this role for Zoro. He'll have something to do, collecting weapons, and that's an appropriate role for Zoro, who loves swords and wants to cutty slashy slice ya. So good. And this guy, I mean, it says on the end page that looks like this guy is a reference to this guy called Benkei, who was like a sword collector from the olden history times, or may or may not have been real. I don't know. But I mean, when I first saw him, I just thought Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy, who looks just like this guy and is also a sword collector. But now that I'm putting the pieces together, it looks like Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy was probably mostly inspired by Benkei from Japanese lore and just happens to look similar to this guy. So, I mean, and then the Gilgamesh name was just like slapped on top. So, looks like Benkei.
He also looks a little bit like Wario because of the nose.
I suppose that's true. You are correct. And the wide face and the big teeth. So, yeah, okay, fair point. Mario. So here it is. Zoro's gonna fight this guy, gonna get some weapons, and now do you think so this is actually kind of interesting with the whole what's the name of that sword called that the guy just stole? Shui. That's right. So
yeah.
This may be, and appears to be, the conclusion possibly of the Shui arc, potentially, where Zoro will either go get that sword back, or he might get a new sword, and like that'll be what happens. He retires it, but in the land of samurai swords, he might get a new, better, or maybe worse. But I mean, it better be better, or I'll be very put out. It's kind of a little sad because I don't know if seeing Zoro get a new sword is always going to be cool, but that's the one we've got like the most recently, and it'd be kind of sad to just like lose it, and then we just get like a new sword.
So what sword? He's got the cursed sword.
He's got the cursed one and the old Kuina sword.
Yeah, so he can't get rid of the Kuina sword. The cursed one is like...
That one could go, potentially.
I don't know, I kind of like that it's like he's a cursed swordsman and
he's a demon boy.
Will, like, the demon blade will end in, like, curse him, and he's just like, oh, whatever, I'll beat the curse. But I feel like it's... like bound to end in some bad thing happening.
There is that other cursed sword, by the way, that Luffy had as well. That, I mean, just theoretically, Zoro could end up with that one as well and have double cursed sword.
Maybe just like he'd, have more swords. It would be like a 4-sword guy.
No, we can't make Zoro a 4-sword guy. That's not his
thing. He could grip 2 of the swords. No, 5 swords. Grip 2 of the swords with his like big toe.
And one with his dick, bro.
No. One each hand, and then like stand on the other 2, and then have one in his mouth.
Oh.
And then like jump and leap and stab.
Now that's thinking. And then one with his dick. He could definitely grip one.
He could
wrap his foreskin around like the hilt of the sword, and it would be like in his dick, and he could, he could do that. He could do that.
Or he could put the hilt in his ureth.
Straight up in ureth, my dude.
Oh, you know what? He's got another hole in the back. 6-sword style.
6-sword style, dude. We could even maybe get like Darth Mullet and have like a sword coming out each side of his mouth.
Wait. 8-sword style. You could stick him in his ears as well.
Oh, then you could just spin around real fast.
10-sword style with his nostrils.
In his eyes. He doesn't need those eyes. He's probably lost. In fact, that's a perfectly useless eye socket right now. He could stick a sword in that skull fuck himself with a sword, bam, it's another sword.
That's 11.
That's so many swords.
So fucking powerful.
He could use every blade of all of them. Well, I look forward to seeing where this goes. Wait a minute. I just realized. This is a duel on top of a bridge. This is literally the clash on the big bridge. That's a big Final Fantasy V meme for people who know Gilgamesh, the character. Okay, that's all you need, but it's
I
Gilgamesh.
recognize that song.
It's one of the most famous Final Fantasy songs, and this guy looks like Gilgamesh. He's a sword collector man. They're fighting on a bridge. It's epically
So I
dope.
I suppose that means the Final Fantasy Gilgamesh took from Benkei even the fact that he fought on a bridge.
Maybe. Oh God, I wonder if Benkei and like bridges are like a thing. Because if so, that would be truly based. I don't think so, but maybe. Okay, that's all I've got. Any further comments? Anything else?
No, I think that was a pretty good double episode
Agreed.
of the podcast. We did it.
I had a good time. I was happy to be here, and I hope you were too, fair viewers. But show your appreciation over on patreon.com/thepodcastpirates. Link below, so you can become a colored boy in our Discord. Link also below. But you will be a crew member, you'll be a hero, you'll be an ally to the cause, and you'll help support this show every week. These are rare occurrences, these double things. We're usually very, very good about this, and we plan to be in the future. So forgive me, people. My schedule will be cleared in the future. I won't let you down again. Scout's honor. All right, so that's it. We'll see you, I think, next week. It doesn't say not, so I assume next week, baby. Have a beautiful night. Bye.